Okay, so this episode means a lot to me. This is like number one Ricky rule. Like, if you're with me, you gotta know that if you're gonna go run and tell all our problems to friends and family, it's fucking war. No, but all jokes aside, this isn't about me. This is about you, and this is about your partner being a lover that tells all. And that's why the title of this episode is Lovers Tell All. It's like a women tell all play, like Bachelor thing. But listen, this episode, I'm going to outline it for you, is all about if you're with someone or you are someone that takes every little fight, every little thing, and you report that shit back to your friends and family, you fucking suck. And if you're in a relationship with someone that does that, they fucking suck. And let me tell you why. Sit them down. You sit down yourself. Let's go to therapy with Ricky B. I'm going to make you better than before. This is what happens when you're in a relationship with someone that tells all of your fights to their family. And I'm going to talk about it in the position of if I'm the person running and telling my family. So for the majority of this podcast, we're going to do it in the format of I am getting in a fight with my significant other and I run like a little fucker and tell my family and my friends every time I fight with my significant other. Okay. Remember, this isn't about me. This is about you or your partner, but let's make you better than before. Okay. So I get in a fight. I'll use names, but this is not applicable to us. I get in a fight with Rachel and she says, Ricky, fuck you. Your hair blonde is ugly. Right. And I don't heal the fight. I don't remedy what the fight was about. And I'm going to go run to my best friend and I'm going to say, dog, so yeah, we were arguing. And then she takes it way, way out of line, dog. And she starts saying, oh, you're ugly as fuck. Right. What did I just do? I just built a culture of distaste for my significant other with my closest friend. Huge fucking mistake. I got a DM already when I mentioned that I was going to do a podcast about this. And this girl was like, well, I need someone to talk to. What's so wrong with telling your friends and family? Let me tell you. So this fight is going to get remedied, right? I'm going to go to Rachel. I'm going to say, yo, I really didn't appreciate what you said to me. She's going to say, well, I didn't appreciate what you said to me because it takes two to tango. I didn't appreciate what you did. I didn't appreciate you coming home late last night and turning off your phone or whatever the fuck it was that got us to that point, right? And I'm going to go, all right, well, you called me fucking ugly and that's like the one thing, blah, blah, blah. We're going to remedy. Now we're all good. We kiss, we make up. We do all that we need to do to be on good terms, right? And now I go back to my friend in 2 weeks. I go back to my boy. I'm like, yeah, no, everything's all good. I'm planning a vacation with Rick. And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You just let her slide for calling you ugly? I'm like, nah, honestly, bro. Like, we worked it. And he's like, oh, okay. But that distaste never left his mouth because when I invited him in, when I invited my friend in to our relationship problems, I invited him into the emotional weight of what I was telling him, but his feelings never get remedied. Only mine do. Because why would Rachel go remedy his feelings? That's not her job. That's not her responsibility. There's no point, and he's not in the relationship. But I made him a part of our relationship. But his feelings are never going to get remedied. He's never going to hear the part where Rachel says, I'm sorry. But why the fuck would she say sorry to my friend, right? Because he's not a part of our relationship, but I made him a part of our relationship. So let me tell you the key things that are wrong with this. One, if you're going to remedy with your partner, you just fuck them over with whatever group of people you told them, right? Because that distaste is likely not going to leave their mind. Two, you told the story from your point of view. So I forgot to tell my friend that I came home late that night and I turned off my phone and I was being sketchy. And that's what led to Rachel saying my hair looks stupid when it's blonde, right? And so I left all that out. Maybe a key portion of the story where my friend might have been like, I mean, honestly, G, you're kind of an asshole. Like, you probably deserved a little bit of a pushback, right? So I left that out. I told it in my point of view. I told it for my benefit. I left the distaste in their mouth, right? And I savored a little moment with my friend that even if they do, they're like, oh, yeah, bro, it's your relationship. Like, I'm glad you guys got through it. Like, shout out, right? If me and Rachel ever separate, right? He's going to be like, well, yeah, she honestly called you ugly anyway, man. Fuck her. Right. He's always going to have that moment. And a fourth thing, actually, that is probably the most important. You lost a lot of respect for your relationship just then. If I have a friend that comes and tells me about all his relationship problems, this girl's this fuck this bitch. You know, I'm just saying if that's what I'm hearing. Oh, she was texting another dude, blah, blah. it's really not my business if y'all are going to get through it. Truly, it's not. But now that you've made it my business, a little bit of distaste, everything I've already listed, but I lost a lot of respect for your relationship. So now if I want to go on a couples retreat and I'm going to invite a friend, I'm like, you don't really have a strong enough relationship for me to even consider you. Or there's tons of other things, like when you guys come around a family party, a family get together, a family gathering, a friend gathering, I always kind of look at you guys like a little bit less. And that's probably judgment on my part. So like, I'm wrong for that, but that's the general consensus of society. Have you ever been at a party or a fan and they're like, yeah, they're always arguing. They're because you made it everyone's business. Even worse than that is if you go and tell your family. This is public enemy decision number fucking one, right? So I get in a fight with Rachel and I go tell my sister, well, she did this to me and this to me and this to me. And now my sister will forever have a little distaste in her mouth about Rachel. And that's a problem, because this is what happens in families, and this actually. This is what happens in families, and this is why you can especially not go tell your family. Because what happens is they never get over that. They never get over it, and there's someone that is indefinitely going to be there. So even with a friend, they move on. You know, you distance yourself from friends. Sometimes when you have kids, you don't see your friends for a long time. There's tons of space and time in between each other, and that happens with family too. But with family, it's a blood connection. They're going to be around forever, and they will always remember that moment. And this is the issue with family. They've already accepted your bullshit because you are their family member. You have been around forever. They've spent, in my case, 25 years accepting my bullshit, but they just met Rachel 2 years ago. They haven't had 25 years of tenure to accept this person. They've had 2 years of tenure to accept this person. And what does that mean? That means that automatically my bullshit's going to be overlooked and their bullshit's going to be criticized. And you are fucking over your relationship. And it's honestly, more than anything, it's corny. It's corny. You talking shit about your significant other to your family is just fucking corny, because they're going to lose so much respect for your relationship, and you're always going to be looked down as like, if every other relationship in that family circle like doesn't just blast their info to everybody, they're going to be looked at as strong, or you won't really know what to look at them as, because you won't know all the problems they go through, as opposed to the relationship that's constantly talking its shit, constantly letting everyone know what's going on. You're the laughing stock. You're the fucking joke at the family Christmas party. You are. You're the fucking joke. If someone needs a babysitter, well, they're fighting all the time, and they've had this problem and that problem and this problem. And the sad part is 9 times out of 10, you're likely going to remedy whatever the issue was. And when you remedy that issue, your family's going to look at you and they're going to be like, ugh, dumb as fuck. She's dumb. Oh, can't believe she put up with that. I would never. I love that shit. Family loves to go, oh my God, I would never put up with that. But I bet you if you start digging into them, uncovering their skeletons in the closet, they'd put up with some shit that maybe you wouldn't, right? But everyone sits at a place of judgment most of the time. I hate to like superimpose that on people, but unless you have a family that is extremely emotionally intelligent, and they know how to regulate emotion and not place judgment, which is like probably 1% of families, your relationship is just getting deteriorated moment by moment. And now you lose a lot of the support that you were probably needing at a later date, right? So like, you may need support with your relationship in a later moment, and it might be support that's like, there's no blame to be placed. So like, not financial support to where someone gives you money, but maybe your household is going through a hard time financially and you're looking for like support. You're just looking for like, I need a friend in this moment. So you go to your family. But over the last 2 years, every time your significant other made a mistake, you've let them fucking know. You've talked your little shit while you were angry. Oh, they did this and this and this. So now when you're in say you're in a financial hardship and you genuinely feel bad for your significant other and you're like, oh my God, he just lost his job. She just lost her job. It's been a hard hit on the household. She's trying her best. Like, she's been working on her resume. No one's giving her a call back. Well, why would anyone call her back, bro? Didn't she like slap you in the face 2 months ago? Like, and I'll be honest, let me preface and let me say this within the first 11 minutes. If you're being abused by your significant other, or you're like emotionally, verbally, or physically abused, or like they got you strung out on drugs, like there's a deeper issue at hand, like please tell your family, please go get help. There's a domestic violence hotline. If you're listening to this podcast next to an abuser and you want to just type this into your little phone number real quick and you need help, let me get the domestic violence hotline. It is 800-799-7233, or you can text BEGIN to 88788. And I say that because if you're in domestic violence, like this shit does not apply to you. This is just for the people that are gossiping about their relationship every fucking chance they get to their family and friends. That shit disgusts me. And back to the podcast. I had someone DM me and she was like, look, I need someone to talk to. Have you tried talking to your partner? Like I hate to make that simple, but have you gone to your partner and remedied yet? And if you're saying, well, no, every time I try to talk to them, they yell at me. Well, has it been 25 minutes? Sleep on it. Before you go talk your shit to your family, your friend, sleep on it. Because when you wake up in the morning, you guys have makeup sex and everything's okay again, or it's 2 days down the road and you guys, laugh over the same scene in a movie and you're like, oh, I love you. Why were we fighting? Oh, that was stupid. You're going to look like a fucking idiot because all your text messages are a reminiscence of all the bad things about your partner that you fucking hate, right? And I hate to tell you, but all of that is energy. And you pouring that out into people and reiterating it, it's like an affirmation. Everything's an affirmation in life. So if you constantly tell your family and friends, God, his temperament is so bad. He's so impatient with me. We fight all the time because he's so impatient with me. He's so impatient with me. He's so impatient with me. Oh, Pookie, when you guys make up? Oh, Pookie, why'd we fight? I love you. I know sometimes you just lose your temper, but I know it doesn't help when I'm constantly nagging at you and I never give you a second. I know it doesn't help when you ask me for 5 minutes and I won't even let you walk out the door. I know it doesn't help when I force the fight. You left all those details out when you were telling everybody that he's impatient with you, right? But let's get to the real reality of the situation. Now, all that energy you poured out of him having no patience with you, it just affirmed in the relationship. So the next time you're ready to fight, you're like, you have no patience with me. Even my sister knows it. My mom knows it. My dad knows it. They all know you have no patience. Why the fuck do they know that? Right? Because you've been talking your shit, affirming that your relationship struggles with patience. It's really a poison. It's a cancer to a relationship, right? And again, the next time you might need support in your relationship, the next time you might be looking for a little bit of love in your relationship, you need some guidance in your relationship, right? And you go talk, well, I know he's really impatient with you. Maybe that's not maybe someone's telling you about your significant other's impatience with you and that's not what you're looking for, and you're like, wait, what are you talking about? No, he's and then you got to discredit the claim. Like, no, he's actually really good with me. I was just mad when I told you that. Where is the substance in what you're saying? Because oftentimes I've found that people are sharing their fights with their partner while they're fighting. So that's what I'm saying. When you're like, I need someone to talk to, go talk to your fucking partner. Go remedy the problem. Go sleep on it. Give it a day. Give it 2 days. Give it a week. See if you guys make up, right? How many times have you blasted someone, especially an ex, and you know when you're about to get back with them, how fucking stupid you're going to look? You literally say like, oh my God, I don't even want to post you. I'm going to look so fucking dumb. You want to know why you're going to look fucking dumb? Because you told everybody your business, but you left out all the parts that might bring you back to that person. And I'm not saying that you should always get back with your ex, and I'm not saying that you look smart if you get back with your ex. You probably are a fucking idiot. But the point is, by you blasting all of your info, all of your little nitty gritty details, especially most of the time when you're blasting those nitty gritty details, it's just one-sided. By you doing that, you're losing all credibility in your relationship, and you just look like a dumbass when you guys work it out. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna work it out. Oftentimes, if you're complaining about the relationship and they're your ex, you're just talking shit about your ex, which is fine. Like, go talk shit about your ex. Then they're a loser, they're a lame, whatever you want. If you're so concerned about your ex, but when you're actively in the relationship and you're sharing all your business with everyone, like, it just, from someone that is like against this, and I think this is a relationship killer because your family's never gonna let that shit go, or your friends are never gonna let that shit go, even if they tell you I promise they've stored that in the little back of their brain. When the time finally comes that you guys are good again, you just you lack respect, you lack dignity in your relationship, you lacked a closed door, you've let everybody in to know your business. There's a reason why you see like famous people get accused of things and they don't even respond, because they don't even want to open the door to what actually happened, because it's there's too much information there for people to sort through. And you shouldn't be taking all the information in your relationship and allowing someone else to sort through it, especially when you're telling the story most of the time from your point of view. So I have to say this: if you do need someone to talk to, and it's like not about domestic, I already mentioned domestic violence and shit, like you go get help. But if you need someone to talk to and you're going to go talk to your family or friends, one, have you remedied with your partner first? Because I get it. Sometimes you're like, I really need a helping hand. I need another voice in this. Have you remedied with your partner? So if you've remedied with your partner, it doesn't mean that everything's kosher. It doesn't mean you guys are, wrestling naked on the couch. It doesn't mean everything's kosher, but have you guys come to an understanding like, yo, we're not fighting. We don't see eye to eye. We're going to agree to disagree, but we're not actively in a fight right now. That's step one. Next, when you tell the story, are you telling the absolute truth, right? So when you tell your mommy, I just need guidance right now. Like, I need to come to you for this. Like, can you help me? Or your best friend, tell every part. Say, yeah, he came in late, so I spit on the ground next to him and said he was worthless. So then he called me a bitch. And then I told him that I thought he was ugly. And then I told him I never liked him and that I miss my ex. And then he told me that he misses his ex. And now we hate each other and we were arguing for so long. Make sure you tell it like that. Make sure you say every portion that you did, and make sure you say every portion that they did, if you're going to let someone in, which I still disagree with, but if you're going to do it. And then finally, share with that person that their opinion is fucking dirt to you. Say, I needed to vent. You're my trusted, most closest comfort confidant, so I came to you. But if you think I should break up with them, or if you think that I should have said this or they should have done that, it's null and void, because I already been done and decided that we're good. Like, me and my partner already decided that we're good. So there's no need for you to give me your opinion on whether or not we should be together, or yada, yada, yada. I think this podcast is so straightforward this time. And it's like, I wonder if I'm nailing the perspective that you guys are trying to look from, because for me, this is just such a no-no. And I like to break down the end of these podcasts into something that's tangible for you to understand. If you are telling all of your relationship business to other people, you are discrediting your relationship. You are losing respect for your relationship. You are hurting your relationship. It is unhealthy. If you're in a relationship with someone that does that, I'm sure it fucking pisses you off to walk into Christmas parties and know everyone's looking at you and they know every little itty bitty tiny mistake you've made. And I promise, if they tell you that they're not going to treat them any different, they're treating them different. They're treating them different. And that's the biggest thing. If you actually love your partner, you're setting them up to be treated differently than everybody else because you're talking shit about them. And that's fucking weird. And ultimately, I want to hit this point home. If you're talking shit about your partner to someone and then you are continuing to be with them, what does that make you? So if your partner's impatient, if your partner's an asshole, if your partner has a tiny pee-pee, if your partner is ugly inside and out, if your partner because domestic violence is totally different. But if your partner throws shit at the wall when they're angry at you and they scare you, that's also abusive. All right, those last two examples are awful. You need to get help if that's happening to you. But all the other shit, right? If your partner is really insecure and always brings up your exes, right? Whatever it is, and you're with them, what does that make you? Does it make you better than them? Because you're the one that's laying next to them at night and sleeping with them. So if they have all these problems, why are you with them? And everybody knows about all their problems. So I'm sure they're asking themselves, why is she with him? Maybe you're not telling all of your problems too. But look, I want to make this tangible for you. Stop talking shit about your relationship to other people. You're losing respect as your relationship's entity is losing respect. I'm losing respect for you. Everyone else is losing respect for you as soon as you make it kosher with them again. And you're setting up your partner to go be treated differently by your friends and family, which is ice cold and honestly bullshit. And if you're in a relationship with someone that keeps shooting out your business to other people and telling everyone about all the fights you guys get into, they're the wrong person for you. You got to move on. You got to move on because they suck. Okay. And that's Ricky B's therapy session. I know this was a short one, but I just honestly, I want to validate you. This is a short one because I literally want you to listen to this and feel validated, or I want you to listen to this and be like, ill, Ricky's fucking annoying. Like, I have to tell my family and friends. No, you don't. Go look in the mirror and be accountable. No, you don't. That's fucking ridiculous. You're setting your relationship up for failure. Okay? All right. I love you. Bye.